The Corsair Xeneon 32QHD165 31.5-inch gaming monitor review. We've done this review based on our own research, product features, and customer reviews, and have put together a simple review for you to follow. We've included the pros and cons, specs, and more to help you decide if this product is right for you. If you want more information about this product and updated pricing on the product mentioned, be sure to check the links below this video. Corsair officially launched its first gaming monitor. You heard it right. A Corsair gaming monitor. This global brand is well known for its high-end coolers and flashy cases, as well as a wide range of premium gaming peripherals. Corsair claims that the Xeneon 32QHD165 is their latest product. It offers the perfect balance of graphical detail with panel responsiveness. The new Corsair Xeneon 32QHD165 features 165Hz refresh rate, a low 1 millisecond response times, and a wide 100% Adobe RGB, 98% DI-PC3 color gamut. The Xeneon comes with a 32-inch 1440p IPS panel and quantum dot technology. It also has a VESA display HDR400 certification. Corsair has added unique features to its first gaming panel. This includes a multi-mount that can be used for mounting microphones and DSLR cameras, as well as a cable management solution. The Corsair Xeneon 32QHD165 sounds great on paper, but we'll test it in various scenarios in order to compare it with other 32-inch 1440p monitors to determine if this monitor is worth the $799 launch price. Actually on sale for 16% off right now if you want to get it with the link below this video. We'll be testing it in a variety of scenarios including gaming, productivity, and editing. Here is a general overview of this monitor. The refresh rate is 165Hz, response time is 1 millisecond MPRT with less than 3 millisecond gray-to-gray response time. The screen size is 31.5 inches, resolution is 2560 by 1440, and the panel type is IPS. The viewing angles are 178 degrees by 178 degrees, color depth is 8 bits, the curvature is flat, dynamic range is HDR400, and it also is VESA 100 by 100 millimeter compatible. The pros of this monitor: it has a 1 millisecond response time, a fantastic build quality, good color accuracy, it has a fast 165Hz refresh rate, it is an immersive 32-inch panel type, and the cons is a little bit on the expensive side. So what does it come with in the box? It comes with a monitor, a stand and base, screws, 4 of them, an AC adapter, a power cord, a 1.5 meter display port cable, a 1.5 meter HDMI cable, a 1.5 meter USB Type-C cable, warranty booklet, and safety info booklet. So let's go over the design and features. With specifications out of the way, let's take a closer look at the build quality, design, and mechanical features this monitor comes equipped with. For the design, the Corsair Xeneon comes to shelves boasting a sleek design that is characterized by its incredibly thin profile, which is 20 millimeters, and a large 32-inch viewing area. The bezels are relatively thin, and the Corsair branding can be seen centrally on the bottom bezel. The monitor offers a dual-stage bezel design that is both stylish and immersive. Holding the Xeneon in place is an extremely large stand that takes up a decent amount of desk real estate. It almost entirely metal by design and features a unique styling that is like nothing we've seen before. The stand offers 2-bar design and adds a ton of stability to this monitor stability. It's relatively triangular in shape, with the inner bar housing more Corsair branding. The front of the stand counterbalances, and the 2-prong design at the rear of the stand column is complete for a very unique looking base. The rear of the stand itself is again full metal by design, offering the same smooth finish as the base. Corsair has considered both streamers and gamers with the design of this panel, adding a camera mount slot in the top of the stand itself. The rear of the monitor is incredibly basic and doesn't really offer any aesthetic features whatsoever. The back panel is comprised of a single piece of plastic that is finished with a textured feel. A small air vent can be found above the inputs that enables the monitor to cool sufficiently. Overall, the Corsair Xeneon is extremely unique by design. Whilst many of the Xeneon's design features have been seen before, the stand offers a completely fresh take on what was starting to get a little boring. That said, the Mars styling has received mixed reviews within our office, with similar feelings being aired across other reviewers. And now on to the build quality. One area where the Corsair almost always excels is the build quality. Fortunately, the same seems to be the case for this new Xeneon gaming monitor, equipped with all the high-end build materials you could want. As we said before, the stand is arguably one of the most robust we've had the pleasure of testing. Made almost entirely from metal, high-quality plastic has been used for the rest of the monitor's design, with no creaking or flexing experienced during our robust tests. The monitor's adjustment mechanism also feels incredibly tight, not to mention generous in all three directions. An anti-glare matte coating, 3H hardness, has been used for the panel face, adding another layer of protection to this incredibly well-made gaming monitor. Now on to the bezels. As mentioned earlier, the Corsair has equipped a Xeneon with a dual stage bezels that measure in at around 10mm side and top by 20mm bottom. The bottom bezel is fairly featureless, but does house the Corsair logo in the center. Thanks to the thin design of the bezels, gaming on this monitor really does have an immersive feel. The stand on this monitor is arguably its best feature, but one that will undoubtedly split the market thanks to its unique design. Design aside, however, the stand operates to an incredibly high standard, offering excellent stability alongside excellent adjustability. Users will enjoy height, tilt, swivel functionality, each of which has a wide range of motion. Below are the complete specs for the stand adjustments. Height 110mm, right swivel 30 degrees, left swivel 30 degrees, forward tilt 3 degrees, backwards tilt 20 degrees. Now on to the inputs. The Corsair Xeneon offers plenty of options for multiple devices and peripherals. As you can probably tell by the specifications, Xeneon doesn't feature an HDMI 2.0 support. The full list of inputs include 2 HDMI 2.0, 1 DisplayPort 1.4, 2 USB 3.0 Type A, 1 USB 3.0, 1 USB 3.0 Type C upstream, 15 watt, and one 3.5mm audio out. The OSD. Finally, you have the OSD, which is the on-screen display. Whilst the design of the Xeneon OSD is neat and tidy, it does feel a little lacking, especially when compared against some of the market-leading 1440p 32-inch gaming monitors. And that being said, you have various options to change colors, brightness, contrast, and responsiveness. You'll also be able to choose through a number of different color presets modes, including sRGB, game, movie, creative, and more. With that in mind, the monitor does feel like it's missing many of the gaming tailored features that are found in monitors manufactured by more established brands. Ultimately, while the Corsair Xeneon OSD is neat and tidy, it is lacking. The color accuracy and picture quality. Great colors and excellent picture quality are two of the main factors that help create immersion in any gaming monitor. Whilst this is the case, gaming monitors manufacturers rarely calibrate their panels to what is deemed accurate within certain color spectrums. sRGB, Rec. 709 for example. We like to test each monitor for color reproduction to see how the panels perform in color accurate scenarios. Like always, we started with the color accuracy portion of this review by testing the Corsair Xeneon right out of the box. The monitor was set to standard color presets with the brightness set of 50 and the gamma at 2.2. For brightness, this was around 206 nits, more than the recommended for daily usage. We reduced the brightness to 120 candelas and began the test. Out of the box, this wasn't the worst monitor we've ever tested. It returned 6683K white point, 0.13 CDM black depth, and a respectable 917 to 1 contrast ratio. Whilst this is lower than the marketed specs for contrast ratio, it's fairly standard across most IPS panels to see the sub 1000 by 1 result. That said, the average delta E was fairly poor, averaging a score of 6.14, the worst preset we've tested, and the gamma was set to 2.26, close to the 2.2 ideal that would be expected. Finally, the Xeneon out of the box returned a poor white point delta E accuracy of 7.37. Finally, we ran a game preset out of curiosity. As expected, it was much less accurate than the sRGB emulation, albeit not as poor as out-of-box settings. We measured a 6729K white point, a 0.1324 CD-M black depth, and a 921:1 contrast ratio. Average delta E was fairly poor and measuring in at 4.51. White point accuracy was again quite weak, measuring in at 7.52. The viewing angles, we ran a very quick viewing angle test on the Xeneon to see what the panel would be like for a multi-person usage or just viewing it from wide angles. Modern IPS panels are renowned for producing fantastic viewing angles, and the Xeneon is no different. At around 80 degrees, the monitor did start to experience color shift, but that's to be expected. Overall, the monitor offered very good viewing angles. The gaming performance. With color accuracy out of the way, it's time to put the Corsair Xeneon 32QHD165 through a number of different gaming scenarios to see how it stacks up in pixel response, input lag, and HDR content. Thanks to the fast response time, high refresh rate, and immersive screen size, we expected an excellent gaming experience from this panel. As always, we started off by playing some fast-paced FPS to see how the monitor responded to fast-moving images. For this test, we started by using the default settings, which in this case were response time set to normal and the color preset set to standard. We loaded up some death matches, and the first thing that we noticed was some smearing in the corners and sharp edges. It was noticeable and actually reduced motion perception quite a bit. The same smearing soon cropped up on player models alongside very light levels of ghosting as well. Pixel response aside, using the monitor with both G-Sync and FreeSync did reduce screen tearing to a minimum. On the plus side, the general immersion did feel great when using the Xeneon, mainly thanks to the large 32-inch viewing area. We increased the response time to the fast setting, effectively boosting the pixel response time, and the screen artifacting like smearing and ghosting were definitely reduced. Alongside greater motion perception, switching to fast did create a smoother and more responsive experience that was definitely welcomed. Furthermore, the perceived blur dropped quite a bit, allowing us to focus on enemies more clearly. However, this did bring very slight levels of overshoot, something that can be detrimental to image quality. Finally, the fastest response time setting was used. Like most monitors, enabling the highest response time setting did lead to a fairly dramatic drop in image performance, falling victim to high levels of overshoot, which was clearly visible. Whilst this setting is the best for general responsiveness, it's by no means the best image fidelity. For us, the fast setting offered the best mix of response and image quality. The 165Hz refresh rate felt sharp in both competitive games and single-player titles. It offered a level of smoothness that was great for titles with fast-moving images, pairing nicely with both FreeSync and G-Sync systems. Final thoughts. The only thing left to answer is whether or not this monitor displays good value for money, and we think the answer is fairly conclusive. We definitely think this is worth the money spending on it, especially at the discounted rate of 16% off right now, which works out to over $120 off. If you want to get this monitor at the discounted rate and save today at this quality monitor, all you need to do is click on the link below this video. Please don't forget that the link to the product is in the description box below. Hope you enjoyed this review, and thanks for watching.